Hey, how are you doing, boys and girls? Welcome to the video. So today is going to be a bit of a hot topic, and you see many people talking about this, that Solo DMZ is hard, or ways to making it easier. And I had a list of thing I wanted to talk about for a little while, kind of just talking about how I feel DMZ actually is easier when you play solo once you kind of get into the right mindset. And I'm not going to take away to the fact that DMZ is hard. Solo DMZ is very hard, and in the sense of it is very punishing when you muck up, because if you don't have a self-revive and you go down, that is it. You are down. There's no one to help you, and that's that, right? But I feel like that's just, you kind of want to treat Solo DMZ differently to normal DMZ in the fact that it's in a way a different game. Solo DMZ is more of a hardcore version of squad DMZ because your decisions really impact the way you will win or lose in the battleground, right? When you play as a squad, for example, you can instantly get each other up a lot, right? You can always go over to someone, res them, get them up, even if they go down, they're not no longer able to move. You can still get people up, right? But there's a lot of things that happen as a squad I feel people get a little bit too comfy with, and it punishes them, right? A lot of times when people play in a squad, they're playing with their friends or playing with randoms, right? They do the squad fill. And normally if you're with a squad fill, there's a lot of randomness with that because your teammates, you haven't got no control over your teammates, and they can just do what the hell they like, and that can sometimes get you killed, right? You may have different motives when you go into a game, and that can get you killed, right? So I find like squad fill can be quite RNG on if you do well or not, right? Because it really works out. It kind of depends on if you get on well with those people you get put in with, right? So it's RNG on if that game is going to go well or not. And then when you're with your friends, and this is something I find a lot with myself, is you get a lot more cocky, right? Especially when you get into like the PvP games, scenarios, you get a bit more cocky, and that sometimes buggers you up to the point where you lose. You both lose because you get a bit more cocky. You may be pushed stupidly, or you didn't really decide on how you should have pushed this play, and you end up getting killed because of it. But when you play as a solo, your mindset is a lot more focused on survival, right? You should have a higher mindset on survival, because if you muck up, that's it, game over, you're back to the screen. And so I feel like in a way it makes the game, or makes Solo DMZ easier, because you're thinking better, you've got no one to control you, you've got no one to worry about, no one's going to muck up and you have to go and try and save them, or you don't get too cocky because if you muck up you will die. So you play the scenario a bit more better. You play it around better. You don't put yourself in stupid positions. And once you start to learn things like player spawns, once you start to learn the maps really well, the layout of each PI, right? And you know how to get into certain buildings, you know how the enemy works, right? How other players work, what they like to do a lot, what's the more high risk areas, right? And you start to really piecing all these puzzles together. This is where Solo DMZ, I think, starts to become easier, because you have full control of what you do in that game, right? If you come across a PvP squad, right, or if you come across a squad in general, right, a trio, you can decide if you want to take that fight, right? Because if you're playing well, you're not giving your position away too much, you're always on the alert, you're listening out to loads of audio cues, like the PvE getting aggroed, for example, or player spawns and you have an idea where people are. You should know where they are without them really knowing where you are. You're not really giving too much away. And so you can decide if you want to engage with the PvP fight. You can just decide to just leave that fight alone, carry on your day. You can decide to take it, right? But then you have the control of taking it, because you have the advantage because you actually know where they are. They're playing carelessly. They're shooting up the bots. You find a lot of times with squads, people are over confident. You know, they're just running about in the open, shooting bots and with no care in the world. And that shouldn't happen to you as a solo player because you know very well if you do that, you're going to die. You know, especially against the PvE, right? So you have the advantage over them. And this is the kind of thing I want to, you know, I just want to talk about. And this kind of, this stream game we had kind of shows you this quite a bit, actually. A lot of the fights I do are all controlled by me. And knowing I know exactly where people are before they know exactly where I am, I have the complete control over most of these fights. And I have control of the PvE because one of the most helpful tips I can give towards PvE, and it's one thing I started to notice, is the longer you're in an area, the more PvE starts spawning in and coming towards you, right? And I find what you want to do is when you play as a solo, have a kind of objective in mind where you should be just heading towards that objective without hanging around too long to give the advantage where the PvE starts spawning in more and spawning in more. But you can really get huge clues from PvP, you know, huge clues from the PvE. You can use the PvE to your advantage to give you clues against other players too, right? So you, in a way, you want to like use the PvE to help you. And now this is a great kind of example in this stream game. I talk about this actually in the stream. And I also show you like how I choose an extract to not engage in certain fights, and when I choose to engage in fights, again, I have full control in this fight. And so let's get straight into the game, and I'll show you the live comms. Again, this is on stream, so I will be talking to chat and stuff, but it does help in a way. Let me know what you think. Let's get straight into the game. One of the things I'm going to be talking about in the next PvP video is going to actually be talking about using the PvE to track down people and figure out where people are after your spawn. Obviously I covered spawns, but you can kind of use PvE to figure out where people are, right? Or to avoid people. So obviously, like, you don't have to always go running after people and fighting people and stuff like that, right? It's you can use it to your advantage to just avoid people. So like that's someone here. You hear that? Someone just shot something, and you heard a PvE just make the kind of cry. He's just died. So I know someone's about somewhere. Now it's just trying to figure out where the hell he is. Ozzy, thank you so much for the hear that? Someone's around. There he is. I'm actually gonna get the drone out now. Two of them. Maybe one.
Signal lost.
Brett, how we doing? So like, literally that was a good example right there. Using the PvE to figure out that someone's about. There's still other people about. Another team. We just heard those people. We used a recon drone to confirm it. Found them, plants a recon drone literally above us to give us bot support. And there you go. Free sniper. There's people literally here though. I'm gonna grab these plates as fast as possible. Don't need anything else here. See him on the roof. Someone else there?
Ultra One, we lost control of the SAM site. Close air is unavailable in your grid.
There's definitely still someone about it. Oh no, he's disappeared. She's still there. Maybe not. Hello? There's someone on the back still. See him? Nice shot.
Ultra One, we're seeing increased activity in the area. Stay sharp.
Requesting fire mission. Target marked.
Copy that. Mortar strike inbound now.
He's around here somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh, there's small. He's died. Hang on, there we go.
Ultra One, UAV is on station.
Wait. Did the PvE kill him? I think the PvE killed him. He's not getting picked up unless he's got Ghost. I think he's got... Right, so you know I said about the PvE thing, where if you're spending too long in a place, you should bail. This is the time to bail. This is... You'll dual stream on Twitch and YouTube and see what suits me better. True. Amity, thank you so much for the sub, and Wookie, thank you so much for the sub.
Ultra One actual. High winds are increasing in the AO. Move to an extract point before radiation spreads.
I'm gonna let these guys go. I'm not gonna be. I feel like I'm a bit of an extract camper if I just kill these guys now. But I'm literally just chilling here and I'm like, I'm gonna let them go. Or I might be like trolling and try and get on top of the plane once they take off. I don't know. We'll see if we can. Maybe, I don't know. Do we go troll? Should we go on top of the plane? Have a little talk to him? There's someone fighting over here. No idea where they are. Go top the plane? Oh. Oh, don't shoot me. Oh, they're aiming. They're aiming right at me. They know I'm here. Don't shoot me. I could have killed you boys. Don't start shooting at me. I was being nice. I could have shot you. And I was being nice. Right, we're going to go down now, boys. Oh. I mean... I need to take the extract. I can't just be chilling here. Thing is, I don't know if there's two players, but... I'm gonna go. Dude, they're all coming in here.
This is Dino 4. We're approaching the LZ now. Hostile UAV in the area.
Nice.
Dino 4 is holding at the extraction point. Advise you get here fast. Dino 4 to actual. All objectives confirmed. All ultras Oscar. Dino 4 is RTB. Ultra 1 actual. High winds are pushing in radiation. Start moving to an extract point.
There we go. They should be able to get that dude up.